Hi, welcome to this digital camera tutorial. My name's Sean Weston and I'm going to help you improve your abstract image. Straight away we need to rotate our image 90 degrees counterclockwise. We do that at the top. Okay, here's where we're going to change some settings. We're going to increase the exposure, contrast and clarity. Take the exposure right up to 3 plus 3.00. That's really going to brighten the image straight away. Next thing we need to do is increase the contrast. We're going to increase that to 50. And finally, watch the blues here. Increase the clarity to 40. Can you see how the blues just popped out? You can see that the overall image has just improved so much, but it's still noisy. There's still a lot of texture in the back there. We're going to change that now. We're going to change some noise settings, and we do that in the details menu. If you can take the luminance up the slider from the left to the right, and we're going to take the luminance up all the way to 50. We're going to reduce the color slightly so that we're not sort of oversaturating. So we're going to take it down by about 4 or 5. Take that down to 20. You have a couple of choices when it comes to cropping your image. Now remember, when you crop, you need to sort of let the image breathe. So leave some space on either side, on the left and right, and at the bottom kind of double the space that you've had for the left side and the right side, and then sort of take away that messiness at the top. You can do this within Camera Raw, and then go ahead and open the image in Photoshop. Now I prefer to crop in Photoshop. So here's the full image again, and I'm going to use the crop tool in here now. I find that I have more control. You can do the same, or you have the same sort of control with the handles in Photoshop Elements as well. So get it to exactly where you want. Again, allow the focus of your image to breathe. And there we have it. Press enter, zoom in a couple of times, and there's our image. You can still see the artifacts around here. There's still a lot of dirt on here. We're going to get rid of this now with a very simple and clever trick using levels. Now here's how we alter the levels. Let's go to our top menu, go to Images, Adjustments and Levels. Now very slightly take the slider on the right, the highlight slider, and bring it in until it changes from 255 to 235, and just look at how crisp and white the background has become. Of course you may still have some unwanted bubbles from the original image, so now we're going to remove those with well, you have a choice. You can use the clone tool, or my favourite, the spot healing brush. And for something as small as this, the spot healing brush is fine. So just dab on the bubbles there, get rid of them. It helps if your monitor is very clean. You don't want a dusty monitor with an image this bright, otherwise you'll be sort of cloning out things that aren't really on the image at all. You just need to get a bit of Mr. Sheen and polish up your image, and look at that. Nice bright white, no unwanted artifacts. Final step, let's add a little crispness. Very simple, smart sharpen. Keep it at the, I think they're defaults, 5 for the amount and a radius of 1.0. Press OK. You can undo the tick box preview if you want to see what the actual image looks like. Press OK. Fantastic. Nice, crisp, sharp image. Now I'm all for having a bit of fun with Photoshop. Let's experiment. Let's go to the levels again. Now you can see the jagged lines on this levels dialog box now. That means that, you know, we've kind of gone a bit too far with levels previously, and it's saying that we could, you know, be quite destructive with the image. But still, you've got some room to play around. Make it dark, make it lighter, depending on your preferences. Or we could really experiment here. I want to show you the channel mixer. Go to Image, Adjustments, Channel Mixer. Choose the output channel as blue, and you'll see the blue slide is quite high. Take it right down I'm going to go all the way to -90. Look at that, fantastic. If you want to go the extra step, try ticking the monochrome box right at the bottom. Save that out as well. Why not have a variety of images from this? Who says you have to have just one? Here's another one. Liquify tool. Here's where you can get sort of a little bit creative with this tool. You know, a lot of people use it to mess around with people's faces, but this is a perfect opportunity to start sharpening some of those pieces. Get as creative as you want. Artistic license. It's your image, and you can make as many copies as you want. Always be careful to save as, don't save over your original image. I'm getting a bit carried away now. I'll stop right there. Here's how we do things, the same things, using Adobe Lightroom. Here's our image. We've already rotated it. And if you go to the basic menu, it's exactly the same settings. Take your exposure right up to 3.00. Your contrast went up to +50. And then we also increased, I beg your pardon, the clarity. If you go to the detailed box, this is where we alter the noise settings, the luminance right up to 50, and then slightly reduce the color so we're not oversaturating this image. -5, take it down from 25 to 20. You can also crop within Lightroom. That's nice and sharp, that looks good. I'll show you how to crop now. Let's zoom right out so we can see the whole picture. And then we have some good control in Lightroom as well. I can't stress this enough. You must allow it to breathe. Don't be too tight on the image. And there we have it. That's how we do things in Lightroom. Congratulations. You've taken your 5 minutes in the kitchen earlier on today, or was it 3 hours, dropping ink into water or food colouring, and you've just made it so much better in Photoshop. That's all from me. Hope to see you again. Bye bye.